growing up skateboarding in Cork, street skating was like the only thing to do in Cork for a long time, just because we didn't have a park from like 2004 to like 2009, and it was mostly kind of based around the Opera House. That was pretty cool, but it wasn't great because there was a lot of fighting and stuff going on. It wasn't fucking really safe being a teenager cruising around the city. Street skating in Cork was cool, except we didn't have that many spots, so we used to mainly kind of meet up around the Opera House, and that was like the social hub, the whole situations where everybody met on Saturday mornings. You always got off the bus, you knew you were going to the Opera House, that's where all the dudes were, that's where everything was going on. The only problem with that was all the shit that came with being around the city as a teenager in a pretty rough time. There was a lot of fights, there was a lot of just crazy shit, a lot of drugs, a lot of stuff, and we probably wouldn't have had that problem if we still had the skate park, because we were still kids and with a safe environment to hang out in, which we still don't really have. So there was a good period of time where we literally had nowhere to go except for the city, and they talked about bringing in this law back in like 2005 where we were going to ban skateboarding in the city centre, but then there was no fucking compromise. They weren't going to give us a skate park, but we really needed a skate park, so we started heavily petitioning for a good while, and there was a lot of dudes involved in it that really didn't do anything for a long time until I think it was late 2007. They finally said they'd give us a skate park. They gave us a really, really bad, awful skate park out in Ballyhan that was not worth the money or the dirt on the ground that they put into it. It was terrible. And then they gave out to us for not using that, and then fucking local kids, I don't know, set the fucking thing on fire. So that was useless, and it was just all around absolutely dangerous for anybody. A little while after that, they gave us a skate park in Ballincollig, which, it was bigger and a bit more safer, but at the end of the day, it's miles from the city, and obviously they did that because people local to the city didn't want us hanging around, so they stuck it in the ass of nowhere, which was kind of hard to get to, and they got everything supplied from some fucking cheap, shoddy company, and we ended up with a load of slippery plastic ramps in the middle of nowhere. That did tide us over, but it just wasn't good enough. It felt a bit cheated by that. And then they opened the skate park in the Mardick, which, in fairness, there was money put into it, and it is a good park. It's just, it's not in a good location, and location is key. We need to be close to the city, where every bus comes to the city, and there's kids from way down the country, and they can't travel to the city and then have to fucking travel miles out into the suburbs in the opposite direction just to go to a skate park. So something central to the city is key, but the only problem is they dropped the skate park on a well-known drinking spot for teenagers, and not to paint everybody with the same brush, but they're not the nicest of kids, and in the long run it just didn't really do us any favors in the public eye, because as soon as we started using the skate park, all these kids would come over to fucking drink and hang out, start fights, leave broken glass everywhere, and to the average person walking past, that's just us. All they see is a load of kids hanging out skateboarding and drink. They don't separate the two of them. We take all the blame for it, and that caused more uproar with locals that we were destroying a park that they gave us, using it for a drinking spot, when in actual fact it was always a drinking spot, and they dropped us on top of it. We just need a good, solid, skate park somewhere close to the city, something where there's enough security patrol to make sure that kids are safe down there. If we just had a skate park, everything would have been cool.